Hello, everyone. This is Jim Okrasinski with your week number 6 screencast video. So, as we move into week 6 and then week 7, things are picking up as I mentioned in previously. So, it's a busy week. On Tuesday, the double entry journal will be due the end of day, and I'll return to that assignment. You want to make sure that view last week's lecture video where I talk about the double entry journal. Okay. Later in the week, we're going to be moving into chapter 4 during week 6, so you want to make sure you want to read chapter 4. The discussion board post 4, discussion board number 7, and getting over the discussion boards will be exercise 4.1 and 4.2. Once again, I've created 2 threads. All you have to do is just reply within those 2 threads. And here's exercise 4.1, mirrors the dialogue with Dave activity that you can read about in the textbook. And then also 4.2, called sharpening your point, where you fill in the templates for the thesis, a possible thesis statement to help you with the main point of your research essay. Once again, we're going into chapter 4, and chapter 4 is all about drafting. So I will make a comment here now that I will produce probably several videos this week to guide everyone through the week's activity and then leading into week 7. So getting over to the weekly course units, let's take a look at week 5. I did talk at length in the lecture video about the double entry journal, and what I've added here, as you can see, is a PDF. Hopefully that will open up. Here is an example of a double entry journal assignment. So it's relatively straightforward. You've already done most of the work for your annotated bibliography. If you're a bit behind because of the holiday weekend, you want to make sure that you get caught up and do the annotated bibliography. This is like the cart before the horse situation. You want to make sure you have the bibliography done, and that way you can draw on your thinking and your work on in the bibliography to complete the double entry journal. So once again, you're looking at the citation of the source, just a copy and a paste from your annotated bibliography, looking for a quote, a paraphrase, or a summary, all right? And then you're thinking about that quote, right? And your reaction to it. So as I scroll through this example and as a PDF here, you see the sources. I don't really care how they are organized in this particular activity, as long as I have a citation. And then your paraphrase, summary, or quote in the left-hand side of the double column setup, and then your thinking on the right side. So here's an example. You can look through the example on the double entry journal. It's quite straightforward here in the instructions, and as I said before, we covered that in last week's lecture video. So you want to make sure you get to the assignment upload. All right, in the assignment upload, you would once again drop a copy of this into your Google Doc link into the assignment here for the double entry journal as indicated. You can put your GDoc link here. Also then, you want to make sure you have a copy that I can review and comment on in the Drive folder. So here, once again, I have the Drive folder. Here is the double entry example. Same thing that is attached to Blackboard. And what I've provided for you is a template. Okay, here you can see just your name, the MLA citation, quote, paraphrase, summary, commentary. What you want to make sure you do is you make a copy and rename this before you start typing in it, and that way it'll preserve the template for others in the course. All right, so it's a rather straightforward activity. It's really easy to make in Google Drive, Word, Google Docs, I should say, and or a Word document can even be used to set that up in a simple table format. It works relatively easy. All right, so as we have the link here to submit. Now let's get back over to the announcements. Okay, so we're looking at this on Tuesday, end of day. Should be a quick assignment. I'll have a series of videos, one of which will be the lecture video, and I'll push those out through the announcements. On Friday, end of day, the exercise 4.3 and a peer report will be due. And then on Sunday, your discussion board number 7 responses will be due, and also a peer review for the exercise 4.3. All right, so let's get to, let's see where I gotta go. Course units, week 6. Okay, this is going to be about drafting. We'll talk about using and citing sources. I'll have another lecture video, a series of videos this week. So there's going to be a lot of video content, as I mentioned before. So we're looking at chapter 4, exercise 4.1, 4.2, the drive instructions for the research essay folder. I will cover that in a separate screencast video. Also, here are the instructions for exercise 4.3. And also, I'll have another screencast video this week where I talk about the first draft, or the consultation draft is what I term that for your research essay. I did open up the week number 7 unit, moving along here. And if you have some time this week, and I know it's a busy week, you're going to want to get into the using and citing sources here. I'll have a stock video that I'll be able to upload to help with this particular portion of drafting, but you're going to want to make sure that you review using and citing sources, especially the principles of citation. All right, this is enough to get everyone started for week number 6. As I said, I'll keep pushing out screencast videos this week to cover exercise 4.3. Along with the lecture video of chapter 4, and also we'll talk about the Google Drive instructions and how do we do the peer review. We're going to try that out for exercise 4.3, how to write the report, what your thinking was when you performed exercise 4.3, then how to go about a peer review. This will set us up for the peer review process for the research essay. Okay, if anybody has any questions or issues, send me an email. I will slowly but surely start grading the annotated bibliographies this week. Check the grade book and Google Drive for comments. Okay, thank you and good luck.